I really feel like if he checked, I feel like we have the best hand always. I kind of want to see what he has, but he could be value towning me with ace x there, and he definitely could have a boat. It's in his range for sure. How? Okay. Really? So Dr. X calls on the button with Jack 7 off to the min raise. I don't hate it. Uh, then he min raises that flop. And then min raises the turn. Okay, so. He could be playing a little bit tricky. I don't know. Either or. And so if he takes a tricky line, like when he led into us, I think it was just to bet 3-bet, and so we'll be watching for more like kind of weird lines from him. Here I think he min raised. It went to $3, then to 7, and he led for 10 into 14 call, and then he just shoved the turn. He could be the type to overvalue any overpairs. He's from Europe somewhere. Someone's gonna have to enlighten me on where that's from, but it's definitely European. So he's probably a little bit of a lagtard. He is probably going to be taking too many hands too far in bad spots, and I'm kind of altering my read on that 10's hand now, or on the ace-4 on the 10-7-5 board. But in any case, we... I don't think he would lead a king here. And I can definitely have a king. So, I mean, I just want to raise for value with my range against his. If he had a hand that was decent, he'd be check raising or check calling, I feel like. Because if he had a hand that's better than a king, which I'm most likely going to rep on the turn, he would be check raising. Here he makes it small, but he min raised the turn, or he min raised the flop with trips. So I still feel like it's a value hand. I'm just trying to think about what it could be. It could be like king jack, king queen. It could be any kind of like combo draw that has sick equity against me. I'm just gonna fold. I feel kind of abused there, but there's really nothing I could do. It's a board where I'm definitely going to have King X a lot, and it could be just him making a raise there, but I'm not going to play back at him with ace high the first time that he does it. Bursma opens under the gun. We were 5-handed because this guy didn't get dealt in. He's 19-15 and opening 17% from under the gun. I feel like this is a decent spot to rep like extreme strength because it's set up positionally to where I'm not going to be 3-betting as a bluff too much. I don't really have the image to do so, but it's a spot where he's going to be thinking along the same lines of the ace-4 hand that he opened under the gun and the big blind squeeze or 3-bet him, so he most likely has a value hand since I opened under the gun. So I mean, he probably sees that I'm playing 35-35 and just didn't care, but in any case, I feel like that's a good spot to 3-bet, and we had a hand that functioned pretty well if we were called. I probably could have made it smaller if I wanted to play a 3-bet pot and get called, but I think that's a good spot. And here we 3-bet with Ace Jack. He's called a few 3-bets of ours so far. I think this is the second that he's called. Maybe the third, I'm not sure. But we have good showdown value, and if we hit an ace, we're probably ahead and are probably dominating him. So I'm definitely calling here. I'm just going to bank a little bit to make it look like I have a hand like pocket tens or something. And I feel like he's going to be shutting down most rivers because we have a hand that looks like it's got showdown value. Now we're in a kind of weird spot because we hit the jack. If he checks, I'm going to fire like 750 and just try and get a little bit of value if I can. When he bets 6, though, I'm pretty sure I'm going to look this up because it's so small, but it does feel like he's trying to get value from us. I mean, he probably has Queen X a lot here, or he's full. Okay. That's fine too. He leads into 4 people, and the preflop raiser calls. It'd be a 6 spot to represent some extreme strength, but I don't really think anybody's folding because I look like a complete maniac right now. If I were playing like my normal like tight aggressive game or whatever, it'd be a good spot to raise to like 750 or 8. It's interesting. It'd be a good spot to raise like smaller because the preflop raiser is almost always having King X there, but I feel like he's gonna fold it if we raise there because we are repping sets and like great draws with pretty good equity against him. And so if I had a tighter, more alright image, I'd be raising that flop a decent amount. This is going back to the 8s hand. I just feel like Jay Brar could have a lot of air in his range, and especially since he bet half pot, and so the preflop raiser could have a decent amount of hands that are going to just call and then fold to a raise. So if I had like a normal like 2016 image or 1917 or whatever image, it'd be a good spot to raise. But given that I'm just a complete maniac and no one has any like normal stats on me, it's just a spot where I'm just gonna fold. Same with here. I don't want to be 3-betting junk out of position too much because he's probably playing a lot of tables, and I'll check it out after I fold. But he's probably playing a lot of tables and just sees HUD stats, and I'm 38-34 with a 29% 3-bet, so he's probably just not going to fold ever. So yeah, he's playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like 12 to 14 tables. And so, oh, excuse me, I'm getting over a cold, kinda. It's weird, our temperature's been changing from 40 degrees to 60 degrees and back to 40 in 3 days, so it's kind of throwing my immune system off, but in any case, he's playing 14 tables, and he's probably just, HUD-butting and playing his hands, and now he's starting to open up a little bit. And this guy's playing... He's playing 64-32. I kind of want to just isolate. I feel like he's going to call really widely, but I want to keep initiative with him, and I want to not be in the pot with the blinds. I just want to be heads up with him. So I'm going to isolate with a hand that can flop well, and